Hi fam, you are welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lest I forget, please subscribe to my channel. Drop your comments on this video. In fact, I even want to hear from you because I've got a question. And don't forget to like this video. What is my question? Dear parents, is it possible to train a child, discipline a child, bring up a child in the best way possible, and that child still does not turn out well in life? Is it possible? I'm just thinking, because parenting is hard. As in, parenting is hard work. What? I mean real parenting. Parenting as it should be. If you're doing parenting the way it should be done, then it is hard. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Being a father, they say, is different from being a daddy. Anybody can be a daddy. But being a father is the real work. And anybody can be a mommy. Being a mother is the main deal. So, how do we do real parenting? How do we go about it so that our children can turn out well, at least to the best of our abilities? Nothing prepares you enough for it. But one thing that I really want to point out, alongside other things, is prayer. I mean, as parents, we have to be intentional about praying for our children. The devil is roaming around. There is so much evil targeted at children in this corrupt world. So we have to be intentional about praying for our children. What works for me is when my children are young, so when I'm beating them, instead of chatting or being blank, I pray over them as I'm giving them a bath. I prophesy over them. I speak over them. When I'm dressing them up, any opportunity that I have, I call their names. I pray for them. Because we really cannot do it when it is most convenient. And a lot of times you might not find a perfect timing to pray for them. So when you are break at work, as often as you remember them, pray for them. And do it intentionally too. Set out time to also pray for them. Before you go to bed at night, pray over them. Lay your hands on them. Anoint them. We really cannot leave the lives of our children to chance. We cannot leave praying for them to chance. And spend time with them. It is very important. Give them your attention. Some children are confiding in strangers that are leading them astray just because the parents don't have enough time for them. They want to talk to you, but every now and then you say you are busy. You ask them to wait, and then you never come back to them. It discourages them. It dampens their morale. And so anybody that gives them listening ears outside, they open up to the person, which is very dangerous. Always be involved in what they do. Know the friends that they keep. Search their rooms. Monitor their phones. Monitor their social media activities. Supervise everything that they do. Don't leave them that, oh, they are grown. A child is somebody below the age of 18. And even when they clock 18, they're still in the university. Don't leave them alone. A lot is happening. Check their rooms. Search them. Search their belongings. I know a boy whose parents were medical practitioners, well-to-do people, educated, exposed. They sent the boy to one of the best universities, but they never even paid him a visit for once. They would just send him money and all of that. Before they knew what was happening, they discovered that this boy had not been attending university. He's only been partying away and gallivanting around, but it was too late. He was already expelled from the university. One thing led to another. He started becoming mentally unstable. He would attack the parents. He would say words that he shouldn't say. He would attempt to beat them up. And it was in the course of that they searched his room. They discovered that he's been on hard drugs. He's been smoking. He's been abusing alcohol right under their roof. But they were too busy with their career. You really don't want that. Be there for them, no matter how busy you are. I know that you have to work. Of course, you're not all going to go hungry. You have to work, and you're working because of them as well. But give them time. Give them time. Give them time. Pay attention to their needs. Listen to them when they want to talk to you. Bond with your children. It is good to give them all the fantastic things of life that we can afford. But praying for them, giving them our attention, monitoring them, supervising them is very, very important. You're not going to be there for them 24/7. but be intentional about praying for them. I think I need to hammer on this. Be intentional about praying for them, because you might teach them what you know, discipline them and all of that, but then stand in the gap for them in prayer at every given opportunity. And parenting is hard work, because you might have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so children, but then they all have their own different personalities. They all have their own uniqueness. And so the way you deal with child A might be different from the way you deal with child B. The way you discipline child C will be different from the way you discipline child D. Tell me, which manual prepares you for that? There are some children that if you are too hard on them, you might lose them. There are some children that are too emotionally sensitive. You have to find a way to deal with them, to handle them, so that you don't lose them. All of these things. Parenting is hard work. It is hard work. But God will help us. God will help us. God will teach us how to do it the best way. He will give us the wisdom. I mean, it scares me a lot of times when I see what children are turning into. Young adults, what young people are doing with their lives. And I'm asking myself, where are their parents? What went wrong? God will help us. God will really, really help us. So back to my question. Is it possible for you to do everything that you can for your children or for a child, and that child will still not turn out well? Is it possible? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for commenting. Let us reason together. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, be intentional. Bye. Parenting has... I know a parent...